Good morning, St. Louis. It is 7 a.m. on a Tuesday, so y'all know what time it is. It's time for the St. Louis Hustle Podcast with your boy CORTEZ Hustle and my girl Michelle. Hey, and today we want to help you with a goal-setting formula for you to dominate in 2023. Yes, it is going down. Setting goals is a major component for success, and we want you guys to win in 2023. So do us a huge favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and all your brand, smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen, and let's kick it this morning.
Growing up in St. Louis has never been easy, and most say if you want to succeed here, that you must leave and put down roots somewhere else because of the strong crabs in a barrel mentality here.
I don't know if I'm just an optimistic person, but to see people like Chuck Berry and Nelly make it in the music industry, or the Roberts brothers and Dave Stewart in business, or William Lacey Clay Jr. in politics, can we blame the city, or is it that people just aren't hungry enough?
We're talking to all of the movers and shakers in this town, from entertainers to politicians, social activists and organizers, and of course, entrepreneurs.
Is there a curse on this city that holds people back? Is there an unseen hand that decides who makes it and who doesn't? You're about to find out.
Welcome to St. Louis Hustle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. I'm your host, CORTEZ Hustle. That's my girl, Michelle. Hey, and we are coming to you live and direct from the St. Louis Griffins basketball program studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you guys have not heard, St. Louis is getting a professional basketball team called the St. Louis Griffins, and they've hired local biz marketing pros to be their head of marketing. And I'm super excited because this is the only league below the G League that will actually pay its players to pay. So if you are a small business and you're looking for a unique and fun way to market and get your business in front of hundreds of people every single week, then you should check out stlouisgriffins.com. Chalet wants to chime in.
You said they paying players? They paying
our players anywhere from $500 to $3,500 per month.
Shut up. Well, let me tell you something. See, when I was in the fourth grade, my mama did make me play basketball. And when I go to Dave & Buster's, I'm cold on the basketball game. Like the little joint with the little hoop that go backwards and forward. They don't have that in the real game. And I kill the game in that. So I think, although I'm a little bit more mature, I think I'm what the team needs. Think about it. Talk to your people. Just get back to me. But
I'm gonna talk to the talent acquisition and talk to our scouts and see if we can go pull up some of that fourth grade footage or some of that Dave & Buster's footage.
Right. The Dave & Buster's because it's more recent. But I'm just saying I could be a walk on. Like.
Right.
I'm inspired by your son. I could just walk on and just.
That's right. There you go.
Think about it.
There you go.
Think about it.
We will think about it. Speaking of which, Chalet, how was your weekend, sis?
Man, my weekend was pretty chill. Back to life. I'm so glad that I discovered that I'm old now and partying and sugar shacking on the weekend. That thing just ain't for me no more, and thank God for Jesus. Woo, okay. So the weekend, this is what I did. My children are maturing. I love them dirty, and they thought it would be a really great idea this year and last year and the year before to get me gifts that I got to put together.
Oh, okay.
The face. So I was just like, y'all do know, like I'm a girly girl. I don't do tools and such. And they didn't care. So this year I got the third degree because I've got gifts from the past, from this Christmas and the past 2 Christmases that are still in the box because they have to be put together. And so I went and bought me a thingamadoodle, right? Because I think it's a drill, but it's not really called a drill. Whole nother story. I got educated at Home Depot. But I went and bought one. They tried to sell me a drill that was $270. I said, sir, I'm trying to put together a bookcase. I ain't trying to rebuild a carburetor. I don't need all of that.
Say, listen, I'm trying to do something that came from IKEA, people. This is not the jam. I'm not building this thing from scratch. I didn't cut down a tree and I'm gonna turn it into a bookshelf.
Right. I don't need no sandpaper or no sander either. But so that's I'm starting small, and I'm going to work my way up to the bookcase. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to try 1 week at a time to put one item together. So next Tuesday, I hope to sit before you with a brief preview of a jewelry. It's like a jewelry thing. It hangs on the wall and it holds my jewelry.
Okay.
So, but it's shelving. It's got to be put together and screws and whatnot, but it's small. So I'm gonna try to have that for you for next week. And yeah, that's what was going on with me this weekend. Gotcha. What about you?
Exciting time. We had our final tryouts for the St. Louis Griffins. So I'm there, and I'm with my streaming partner Rob, and we were just kind of working on the setup for the live stream, because these games will be streamed all around the world.
Wow, awesome.
We were kind of setting up, and the guys were, doing their thing, and we had some good talent, man, between both tryouts, this one and the one we had back in October. It's like there's some talent, some guys that should be playing on a higher level, but for whatever reason, because the reason this team is so special is because, as you know, going to college right out of high school is a whole thing that a lot of people just aren't ready for, including athletes.
Yeah.
So sometimes those guys, highly recruited, 4- and 5-star recruits, they go to school, life happens. I had, matter of fact, the streaming partner told me he went and played football at Michigan University for Nick Saban, and that's the guru of football down in Alabama. He said, like the same year he went to go play, he lost his dad like a week.
Oh, wow.
He's like, man, my head just wasn't in it.
Yeah.
So imagine some of these guys got that skill set, but didn't have the maturity to deal with life as it was coming to them in school. So they back at home, sitting around playing in the YMCA leagues and stuff. And it's like, now you guys have an opportunity to be professional basketball players. And
that's so cool.
30% of the people from the league that we're in go on to either play in the G League, the NBA, or overseas. So it's a great stepping ground for those to rebuild their career. So that's what we were doing all weekend. And now I got to go help bring on these partners, man, that want to help be part of this and make it a world-class organization. We're trying to be the Dallas Cowboys of this league, right? We want to become America's team in the TBL, but it's going to take us to really put our heads together and become a world-class organization to do that. So we're actually looking for our partners. We're building our staff and all of that stuff as we speak.
All right. Well, you're looking for a roving reporter to talk to all the players' daddies. I can't. No,
it's going down. It's going down. So, ladies and gentlemen, do us a favor. Comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand. Give us one of your goals for 2023, because that's what we're talking about today. We're talking goal settings, and sticking around to the end, I'm going to give you a dope formula for setting goals that I got from my man Nehemiah Davis. You talk about stepping on toes, Michelle, when you're dealing with a coach or someone that you look up to. And he shared this formula, and I was like, I ain't never thought about none of that when it comes to setting no goals.
Really?
I'm going to give that to you guys at the end. We're also going to break out a brand new segment on the St. Louis Social Podcast called Portrait of a Millionaire. So we're excited. But speaking of segments, it is time now for Michelle A word of the day. So let's get to it.
And now the Michelle I word of the day.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Michelle A, and I'm coming at you this week a little bit more prepared. I learned something. When you go to church, if you take notes when you're in church, the words stick with you a little bit longer. I'm just saying, that was a free nugget. I didn't go charge y'all for that. Okay, so today's word of the day, I'm going to hit you guys in the head with this scripture from Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, right? Let me give you the scripture first. But the fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Those who belong to Christ Jesus have crucified their flesh with its passions and desires. Since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. Let us not become conceited, provoking envy from one another. Right. So that's the scripture. And so y'all know me. I love my church, and shout out Influence Church. My pastor has been teaching on the ways of Jesus, right? And so many times people focus on the miracles of Jesus and totally overlook the ways of Jesus, right? And really, when you think about it, you have to understand the ways, because the ways led to the miracles, right? Is his cadence, the way Jesus handled different things that led him to the miracles. But people skip right over the way and want to get to the miracle, and they focus on that and they kind of move from there. So my challenge to you, good people, is to start focusing on the ways of Jesus. If you don't know what the ways are, get in your Bible. You know, go to the those chapters in the New Testament. You know, go to the Gospels. That'll teach you all about the ways of Jesus. That's a good place to start. You know, and you know, let's focus a little bit more on the way as opposed to the works, and see what we still arrive at the miracles. So that's it, people. That's it. That's your Michelle A. word of the day. Way, not works.
Boom, focus on the way, people. That is the Michelle A. word of the day, coming to you live and direct from, who's our sponsor? Local Biz Marketing Pros, right? We have a free Facebook group. If you're a local business and you want to learn how to increase your, optimize your online presence, increase your leads, grow your revenue, expand your operations, and contribute more to the communities that you serve, go to facebook.com/groups/local biz marketing mastermind. We literally do training in that group every single week. In fact, this week, tonight at 7 p.m., we'll be training on sales funnels. So if you don't know what a sales funnel is, or you know what it is and you can't get one to work for you in your business, then we want to help you with that. But you got to be in the group in order to participate in the live workshop tonight. So Michelle, we're talking about goals for 2023. You got a big goal that you want to share for 2023?
You know what? Actually, I don't. No, I do. I got goals. One of my major goals for this year is to it's such a goal. I don't have it. I have so many things that I want to accomplish this year. One of my goals, though, is to adjust my method for how I produce, how I work, how I show up and do what I do, right? Mm-hmm. My method pretty much right now is get up, roll out the bed, and just show up, be there. Yeah. And then just kind of let it unfold. But I kind of want to go to planning, going back to a little bit of my corporate with planning my day. And I think where in past years where I got caught was I planned the day and I rigidly try to stick to that. Where I think this year I want to be able to plan my day. And then if other things happen, you know, sometimes God is the best of planners, and you can make all the plans you want to, and when he wants to stick his toe in the water, he's going to stick his toe in your water. Right. And I just have to be able to adjust on the fly without the frustration. So I want to work on that methodology of how I handle my day, because I think I'll be more productive. And then my other goal is to, y'all gonna find this hard to believe, but sometimes I don't let people in. I know it's hard to believe. I know you be like, what? Not her. Tis me. But I'm gonna work on letting people in a little bit more this year, trusting a little bit more. You know, you want friends, you got to be a friend, and I consider myself to be a friend. But there are some things that I need to lay to the side, and you know, they say I'm doing a fast. Most churches are doing a fast for the first of the year. And it said it's such as true with, you know, me and my church family. And it's only day 2 of the fast. I'm learning some stuff about myself and some habits, you know, and it's hard to take in, because it's some things I was like,
Yeah.
that ain't cool. What the dang? But ouch. If you can't say amen, say ouch. So
There you go.
yeah, I just want to continue to evolve. So
Love
how about
it.
you, sir? What's
Yeah,
yours?
man. So got some major goals. Like you, Jim Rohn says never start anything before it's finished. Meaning
Okay.
never start anything before you've planned it all the way to the end. And that's important. So I've got this wonderful planner here. It's from Brendan Burchard. It's called the High Performance Planner. And I've had these, I've got about 10 of them joints, Michelle. Because it's a 45 day at a time. So every 45 days you should be breaking out a new one. And it's a journal and a planner at the same time. And I've been struggling for the last 18 months since I've had these things to get consistent with creating the game plan, answering the prompts. And I'll just tell you some of the things that's so unique about this. It says, so you start your morning with your mindset and it gives you 10 prompts for your day. Yeah. In the evening, it gives you 6 prompts for the evening and then gives you a little rating system. How do you think you did today? And it's amazing. So, and of course, it's got the space in there for me to record my appointments and all that kind of stuff and take notes. But then across the top, it says, what is your message to yourself for today?
Oh, that's a good one.
What are today's top 3 goals or priorities?
Wow.
What are tasks that absolutely must be done today? And here's a good one, Michelle. Person or persons I need to lead or connect with today, and how will I do it well? Like, the blueprint is right here. I just got to pick it up every day and actually do the work in the doggone thing. So,
sir,
becoming more productive and organized is huge. And if I master and commit to the process, it's going to lead me to my next goal, which is 20K a month in monthly recurring revenue in my business. I do really well right now in the business with a lot of my clients, but a lot of that is not monthly recurring revenue. And most business models today that are really going to the next level, you want to position your business to be sold for multiple millions, then your recurring revenue has to be up. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on this year. And then also every single month, I'm committed to my wife and I getting away from here for at least 4 days every single month. So this month we're going to my hometown, Tupelo, Mississippi. My son my nephew is a D1 ball player down there, and this is his senior year, so we're gonna go catch a couple of his games. We're gonna be down there for 3 or 4 days, but every month we in these streets, baby. Because one of the things that we do, like I've been running so hard that it's like the day is gonna come where every month we're gonna be on a plane somewhere, and she like, I can't wait for that. Like, what if something happens to you while you're on the way to getting us in that position? And I'm like, you're right, babe. It's not fair to you to not do something until we can do what we really want to do later. So those are some of the goals for 2023. And I had a conversation with my sons, and we made a vow that we would never let 365 days go by without us all getting in the same space at the same time.
Now that's big.
With my father-in-law passing, it was the first time in 10 years that I had all of my sons under one roof.
Wow.
And it was like, we can't keep doing that, y'all. So those are some of the goals, and it takes money to do that. So you got to, kind of get your finances right. So you should have some financial goals. So let's jump into our top 5 tips for clear goals that are defined. You want to kick us off?
Sure. All righty. So number one, understand what you want to achieve. In order to define clear goals, your first step is to determine exactly what you want to achieve. If you don't know where you're going, you can't figure out the route in which to get there. So true. Yeah. So true. I guess, I ain't done yet. Once you know where you want to be, I was like, and ta-da. Once you know where you want to be, and what you want to achieve, you'll be able to come up with the goals that will help you get there. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Which is always a go-to question for me. You know what? Just a side note, brothers hate when you ask them that question, like when you kind of getting to know them. What's this, an interview? You daggum right, it's an interview. You interviewing to be a part of the rest of my life. You think I would just open the door and let you in?
Listen,
No.
and I'm going to say this to the women. If they can't answer that,
thank you.
Run,
Forrest, run.
And just hit it with this. Hey, when you got at least somewhat of an answer to that question, we'll get back. Like if they don't have it, that's when the diversion and the, hey, let me sidestep the question. Like that's not a tough question. Hey,
it's
5
not.
years from now, I see myself here. Like even if even in my cold-blooded player days, hell, I'll make up something. Now you ask me in 2 weeks, it'd be different, and you'd be like, "Hey, that ain't what you said the first time." Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Right?
We was going. I didn't know that's what the plot. I didn't know. Absolutely. You said tell them come back when they get it. I'm like, hey, when you get it, call somebody else. I'm out. I'm out of here. So the next one is take time and sit down and brainstorm your long-term dreams and desires. Not a lot of people do that. You'll be surprised. Folks my age, at the mature age of 29, again, 29 times 4, you'd be surprised at people in my age, you know, and I hate, I'm not picking on the men, low-key I am. The gentlemen have not, they just go to work, come home, go to work, come home, and look towards retirement. But there's no, what do you want to do afterwards? And I think I'm almost sad for people when they don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just in dating, but before you are even dating someone, you should have that as a single person, independent, whether you plan on dating somebody or being single till Jesus come back. You should have that for you, if not for your children and your children's children. But it's very sad when people don't think beyond, I'm going to just go to work and come home. Very sad, very, very sad. So
yeah, it's hard, man. And that's why I really push entrepreneurship so much, is because one of the things that's lost in our society is that sense of pride. And pride comes from ownership of something that you're proud to own, right? My business ain't the greatest, but it's something that I'm proud. It gets me up in the morning. Right, it gives me direction in the morning, so it gives me a something to focus on. The other thing about this is not only understand what you want to achieve, but also make sure that you're clear about where you are. A lot of people are trying to achieve things, and they're trying to map out a roadmap from a false place, a place that they're lying to themselves about. And it's like, no, the GPS needs to know exactly where you are, so we can get an accurate,
the precise location
for you, and it's okay to accept where you are, and build from there, right?
Don't give us the address to the house across the street.
Right. And then the other thing about that too is when you are really evaluating what you want, all of us, I don't care who we are, have been told our entire lives what to want. So some of the things that we think we want are not what we really want. It's just stuff that just fell into our spirit because we've been told over and over and over that you should want this. This will be good for you, and we've adopted other people's dreams. So you got to be careful about that. You really get quiet and answer this question honestly. What do you want? And don't be ashamed of it, because some people don't want to be a billionaire like your boy, and that's okay. But they're running around saying, yeah, I'm going to be rich because it's socially acceptable to say that.
It's culture.
But no, you need to say what you really want, because your words have power. So don't just be saying something that you think is cute because other people are saying it.
Everybody else.
What you want, because that's how you're going to attract it into your life.
Absolutely.
Number 2 on our list is determine a timeline. Setting timelines will prevent procrastination and spur you on to action to meet your goals. Having a timeline for your goals also helps to clarify them, because now you know what you want and when you want it. Come up with the goals that you want to meet in a month, year, or even 5 or 10 years from now. Make a plan that will keep you on track. However, don't etch your plan in stone. Allow for changes along the way, but keep your eye on the main goal. And sometimes the goal never changes, but the path to get there does, right? The goal is still the same.
Yes.
Multi-billion-dollar international media conglomerate starting with this podcast. The goal is the same, but sometimes the path to get to the goal might change. It might shift. I might alter and change how I'm going to get there. But no, the destination is the same. And the fact remains that I'm going to get there, even if I'm not sure exactly which path is going to lead me there.
Absolutely. What he said. Number 3, ensure, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Ensure your goals are realistic. Please, people, with realistic goals, you can almost guarantee that you'll be able to achieve them, and you won't stress yourself out about trying to accomplish something that's beyond your reach. A clear goal is a realistic one. So what you'll have to do, my bad, phone was ringing. So what you'll need to do is break your long-term goals into small, achievable action steps. Reaching multiple goals along your journey will give you the feeling of accomplishment and motivate you to continue. So realistic goals, perfect example, every year, I think most women do this, most people do it. I want to lose 10, 15, 20, 100 pounds, whatever. For me to say, my goal is to be a size 2 ever. Right. That might not be realistic. I can't even say a 10-year goal. That's not realistic, period. I might want to pick something like a 12, maybe a 12. I'm gonna just sit at 12. But that's not a realistic goal. Saying that, I've always had a dream, to be a TV talk show host, which don't count me out. I'm on my way, even if it did something. That's realistic by saying, okay, I'm going to start off podcasting. I'm going to start off in the local networks. I'm going to start off doing local things. You know what I'm saying? That's more realistic than saying I'm going to Hollywood tomorrow.
Right.
Not realistic. So make those things achievable, break them down so that you can get to them and they don't seem so big for you.
Yeah, and I'm going to give you a dope formula. I do not want to miss this, so you got to stick around to the end. But my man Nehemiah Davis is a beast. And he breaks down these mindset things so rich. And I was listening to him yesterday or day before talk about the reason people don't hit their goals and how to set them. And I'm going to break that down for you guys towards the end. So you do not want to miss that. Make sure you stick around. And do me a favor, comment in the chat one of your biggest goals for 2023. And perhaps we can help you reverse engineer that thing and apply this formula to your goal specifically. So number 4 on our list, this is critical. Be specific.
Be specific, people.
Specific. Listen, why is it a billion versus a million? Why is it international media conglomerate and not just a TV network or a TV show? Because media encompasses everything. Listen, your words have power. So I don't want to keep saying something that is not specific. And then 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I look up and don't have what I want, but I have what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Like that's what people don't realize that.
Yeah.
They don't have what they want because they have what they've been saying.
Yep.
Oh, I'm broke as a joke. Oh man, I can't keep a relationship. Oh man, ain't no good men on the earth. Ain't no good women on the earth. Like they have what they've been saying versus what they've been wanting. And here's why. A lot of us are afraid to say what we want. We're afraid to say it. The first time I let the word billionaire come out of my mouth in association with me, somebody scoffed at me, and it was
I'm a good
like,
scoffer.
but then when they looked and saw that I was serious, they straightened up, because this is somebody that I love and respect, and I know, like, sometimes people's reactions are just so natural, and he's like, oh, no, like didn't want to laugh at me in my face, but at the same time was like, this joker just said you're gonna be a billionaire.
Right, like, I'll wait till he leaves, then I'll laugh.
Right.
I ain't gonna laugh in your face.
So your goals have to be specific, right?
Yeah.
Clarify your goals with the details of exactly what you want. Avoid vague generalities. When you make a specific goal, you'll be better able to accomplish it. Why? Because you'll be better able to articulate it.
Yeah.
And your words are seeds that attract into your life the resources that you need to actually accomplish the goal. Specific goals allow you to form your timeline and define your action steps. There's no guesswork involved when dealing with specifics. For example, make more money with your business is a vague goal. I need $20,000 a month. Not just $20,000 a month that I have to go and actively get. I need $20,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue, subscription money.
Right.
On top of that, I can go get another active 20 if I feel like it. So some months I'll go get 40, but if I decide to do nothing at all, 20 is still coming in because it's monthly recurring. Like, you've got to be specific, right?
Absolutely.
Come up with a specific goal, such as I will make $1,000 more per month 3 months from today. This goal is specific, measurable, and realistic. So before we get on to number 5,
come on,
we're introducing a brand new segment to the St. Louis Hustle podcast.
Yay.
And that segment we are calling Portrait of a Millionaire, featuring yours truly. So let's get on with Portrait of a Millionaire, and I'll tell y'all all about it after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with Portrait of a Millionaire. And basically what this is our opportunity to share with you what real wealth accumulation looks like in America, because TV got us all fooled. So every episode of Portrait of a Millionaire, I'm going to give you the 7 common factors of millionaires, and then I'm going to give you one uncommon thing that you wouldn't suspect that a millionaire would be. So 7 common factors. They live below their means, number 1. Number 2, they allocate their time, energy, and money efficiently in ways conducive to building wealth. Number 3, they believe that financial independence is more important than displaying high social status. Number 4, their parents did not provide economic outpatient care. Number 5, their adult children are economically self-sufficient. Number 6, they are proficient in targeting market opportunities. Number 7, they choose the right occupation. So those are 7 traits of a millionaire. So let's get to portrait, right? What do millionaires look like in America? Not what you see on TV. I'm going to give you one today. I am a 57-year-old male, married with 3 children. About 70% of us earn 80% or more of our household's income. I'll read it again. I'm a 57-year-old male, married with 3 children. About 70% of us earn 80% or more of our household income. Imagine that, people, that men are actually providers. And when you get committed in your marriage and you stay the course, you have a greater shot of becoming a millionaire by 57. I want that to sink in. Do not give up because you're not a millionaire at 30, at 35, at 40. The average millionaire becomes a millionaire in their late 50s. So your boy is going to be 49 this year. So I still got time. So we're going to continue our series on A Portrait of a Millionaire so you can see exactly what the habits and the traits are of actual millionaires. So that, my friend, is Portrait of a Millionaire right here on the St. Louis Hustle Podcast, brought to you by our good friends over at the St. Louis Griffins Basketball. If you are a small business in the St. Louis metro area and you want to get in front of 500,000 people potentially, that's our collective reach, then we got a unique partnership opportunity where we'll help market your business. Go to stlouisgriffins.com/partnership to learn about some of the opportunities that we have for you. Boom. Welcome back.
Minute.
Yes.
It ain't too late. Because I'm looking at it's years. My late 50s. I could be a millionaire by the time I get. Man, listen.
Too late. Real millionaires.
Okay, come on.
Relate their wealth later in life.
I got some time.
Based on the stability and the habits that they've created. Usually habits that they don't create until they are well mature into adulthood. So
that's awesome. That saved the day. Hey, fellas, I still, that husband out there about to be a millionaire in a few years. You might want to come on and get your hat in the ring early. That's all I'm saying. Set you some goals.
Look, and this is a good time, Michelle, because you're more likely to meet someone who is closer to their millionaire life.
What? Yeah. Ooh, somebody else's millions and not my own. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Hey, I'm here for the party. You know what?
Yes.
I need to go to where the money resides. I think I've been trying to get the money on my house. I need to go for money house. I need to go find the money. Okay, there it is. There it is. Whoo, that took me out. Okay. Number 5. That was some good stuff, Cortez. That was some good stuff. Number 5 is refine your goals. Okay. Your goals may change as your life changes. That is the truth. During this process, you'll be able to make them more specific, realistic, and achievable. It's okay to refine your goals several times in your life. Don't trip off of that. I am 51 and my goals have shifted so many times in just really the last 18 months. So don't be afraid of that. What's important now might not be important to you in 6 months or 6 years from now. Be willing to accept the change. Revisit your goals from time to time and make new plans if necessary. Don't be afraid of the new one. Don't be afraid to change. Boom.
Yeah. Like sometimes there is a difference between giving up on your goal and pivoting. There's a difference between quitting and changing course. Right? Like I said, when I started this thing, I thought network marketing was going to be the game. That I thought that was going to be the win. I thought I was going to build a huge team of 100,000 people over a 10-year career, and I was going to get all this residual income from the network marketing and direct sales place. But no, God was like, no, that's your training ground, so you can learn how to market, so you can learn how to build networks, so you can learn how to connect. I need you to speak to the small business owner who has a business in the community and they're doing good things, but they don't know how to grow and scale the business. If you help them grow and scale the business, they're going to be able to hire more people from those communities. That's going to change and transform those communities.
Yeah.
That's why you were in the network marketing space, so you can learn and grow as an entrepreneur yourself. But then you're going to use the gifts and talents that I gave you to talk to the people that I'm going to put in your life. And now Local Biz Marketing Pros is the jam. It's like, that's where I can use my best talents and be most effective and create the biggest results. So do not be afraid to pivot as you are continuing to march towards the goal. Like I said earlier, the destination doesn't change. The route may have to, right? How you get there. Think about COVID caused all of us to pivot.
Jesus.
And those who couldn't pivot like they are probably still struggling right now. So don't be so rigid in your goal that there's no flexibility for alternative courses. Like I said, don't change the goal. You might just change how you get there. So y'all ready for the game plan that I got from Mr. Neo DeVicio?
We're ready.
When it comes to goal setting and taking goal setting to the next level. So my man Mark put in the comments SMART goals, right? They've got to be smart, measurable, attainable, time sensitive, all of that stuff. But I'm gonna see if I can find a link to Neo's 2023 mindset video, and I'll share that with y'all. But it was amazing. He said, here's the key to setting goals so that you can dominate. He said, number one, you got to first, of course, set the goals. That's what we've been talking about. Right. What do you want? Let's decide on setting that. So, for instance, I'll use myself as a case study. CORTEZ, 20K a month and monthly recurring revenue. All right, so that's the goal. Then from that goal, he says, you've got to have the plan. So under your goal, I want you to write A, B, C. What are the top 3 things necessary for you to achieve the goal? Now we're talking about the plan. So in order for me to hit 20K of monthly recurring revenue, I've got to increase my lead flow, right? I've got to increase my lead flow. I've got to create more strategic partnerships, right? I've got to increase my level of training. All right. So lead flow, more strategic partners, grow and get in more rooms where other agency owners and trainers of agency owners are. Boom. So I've got a goal and I've got 3 action steps that's going to help me get to my goal, right? Now watch this. Your plan needs to have a goal. I was like, Neil, what the heck is you talking about? I got my goal, 20K a monthly recurring revenue. The plan is increase my lead flow, build more strategic partnerships, and get trained more. Now, increase lead flow. I need to increase my lead. What's the goal for increasing lead flow? I need to increase my lead flow by 100 leads per month by January 31st, 2023. So now my plan has a goal. I'm like, are you kidding me, Neo? He's like, this is how you make your goals work for you. So then goal number 2, strategic partnerships. I need to partner with, and think about what I do. I serve small businesses, right? So a strategic partnership for me would be connecting with North County Chamber of Commerce. Why would I connect with the North County Chamber of Commerce? Because there's probably 300 business owners in North County that are subscribing to the North County Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
They have my ideal customer right there in the chamber.
Yeah.
So
all in one place.
What is the goal? What is the plan? The plan is for me to increase my strategic partnerships. Then the goal would be I need to have connections with 10 strategic partners by January 31st, 2023. Boom. So my goals, I have a goal, then I have a plan to get me to the goal, and then each one of my plans have a goal, right? And then the last one is I need to grow. I need to learn. I need to be in rooms where other entrepreneurs are learning and growing and exchanging ideas. So boom, what is the goal? The goal is to attend 4 local conferences every quarter for 2023. That means I've got to do at least 1 a month, a little over 1 a month every quarter. So the goal would be find a local workshop to attend by January 31st, 2023. Attend 4 major conferences a year. So I'm looking at what's the biggest conference I can attend that's in marketing in 2023 in the first quarter. Then what's big in the second quarter? What's big in the third quarter? Invest Fest in Atlanta. Got to be there. Like now I have a goal, I have plans, and then I have a goal for each one of my plans. And you want to know the cherry on the top?
What's the cherry on the top?
What pushes it over the top? Now you have to attach a penalty to every one of the plans, every one of the goals that the plans have.
I don't like penalties.
What is the repercussions, Cortez, if you do not go out and create 100 new leads this month? What's the repercussion?
You don't make it.
If you don't go and create 5 strategic partnerships by January 31st, 2023, what's the repercussions?
You
gotta put a penalty on these things for not executing the plan. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get Michelle's takeaways when we come back on the other side of this break. But I want y'all to stew on that. We're gonna let Michelle get herself together. So we'll be back after these messages. Hey, yo, my friend, let me ask you something real quick. Are you a coach, consultant, influencer with an expertise in a particular area, and you're looking to grow or expand a business, make some extra money online, start a side hustle? If you are, then this is for you. What do you know about PLR? It stands for private label rights. That means there are sites that you can go to on the web where you can buy content that is already written. Everything from ebooks to video courses written by subject matter experts in your field of expertise that you can add to, take away from, rebrand, repackage, sell it as your own, and keep all of the profits. I know, crazy, right? But it's no different than a ghostwriter who writes books for authors. It's no different than a ghostwriter who writes raps or songs for other people. No different than a screenwriter who writes a screenplay, sells it to a big studio, they make the movie, and they make all the money and get all of the credit. You can do that in the digital marketing online business space, and you can have a product launched in 3 to 7 days. I've got a free guide that you can access by going to monetizemylifeblueprint.com. It'll show you the top 7 ways that people are making money right now from this type of content. So go to monetizemylifeblueprint.com, check it out for yourself. Now, let's get back to the episode. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. So, Michelle, you got yourself together. On the goal setting formula for really going to the next level with your mission, your plans for 2023?
Well, first of all, I didn't see that coming. I was on board till you said penalties, because let's just be honest, who likes penalties? No one. Especially self-inflicted. I'm supposed to punish myself? Dang, that's not cool.
Now watch this. One of the examples he gave of a penalty is somebody in his coaching program. This guy gave his penalty that if he didn't hit on his goals, he had to give his baby mama or his ex-wife $10K.
Oh my.
So talk about putting pressure on yourself. It sounds like they don't have the best of relationships, and he went trying to give her nothing. So
wow. Okay. Do we have that gentleman's information? I'm just sorry. Probably not. Okay. So in the 30 seconds, in the 60 seconds that we just took during the commercial break, my takeaways from the formula for the goal setting is going to be, of course, those things he said, writing the plan, making a plan for the plan, which is more work. And I don't really know how I feel about that. However, since he's proven the theory, I'm going to jump out there and try to make this work. Brand new year, why not, right? And so one thing that I think I'm going to do, it'll fall into a category of assisting me, and it'll probably be my penalty at the same time. I am going to enlist someone to help me be accountable. And we talked a little bit about this, you and I. And so I reached out to a really good friend of mine from church, and she is a former Navy veteran. And so she's got structure all up and through her DNA. And I even just spun the idea to her, and she was just like, oh, you're going to need to get that to me in writing, then we'll talk. So, when you get ready to do something and it's good for you, but you got that little feeling in your stomach like, man, I'm probably going to regret this. This going to get on this. She going to take me down through there. I had that feeling, not of regret, but like, man, she's going to hold me accountable. And sometimes that's scary. But I think just in correlation to the plan that you just rolled out, right? That's going to be the way that I'm going to be able to work that plan, is by having someone say, you know, having someone there kind of in the shadows with me to say, okay, you made a plan for the plan. Where are we at on this today? You know what I'm saying? So it's really taking those things and having someone, I hate to say it's gonna sound real kiddish, but having somebody hold my hand and make sure I get these things done. But that's how much I want.
Let me give you the grown man version of it. Having someone put their foot in your ass. Yeah, that's it's okay to say that. I need that too. Like, cause really, I be trying to put my own foot in my own butt.
It doesn't work out, does it?
Hit yourself hard, and it's like you're just not gonna do it, right?
So you
need somebody else to put their foot in your behind.
Yeah. That's my takeaway. That's how bad I want it, and it's someone that I know I can't bull crap. She scares me at times. You know, we be at church doing church work, and she'd be like, "Raw," no, but she's serious about what she does. She has a heart of commitment in anything she puts her hands to, and she'll give it to me straight up. So I can't finesse her. I can't sassafras her, because some people I know I can finesse them and buy myself some time. She don't want to be like, no ma'am, no ma'am, what, no. And so I respect that, and I think that'll be good for me. So that's my takeaway. You know, when you said I got a dope formula, I was like, oh, you can't do that. We gonna go what? You better stop. You doing that's your new plan for this year? But you know, what
soda water fire mixed with cane. That's a Jay-Z lyric. That's not mine. I'm not saying that's what I do, and I'm not encouraging.
Right. He meant sugar cane.
What that means, or
he meant sugar cane. He making Kool-Aid over there.
Promote anybody to execute on that recipe. That was just a Jay-Z lyric.
Exactly. We don't own the rights to that. We don't want to. But yeah, so those are my takeaways, Cortez. You're the mastermind. So is there anything, let me ask you a question. Is there anything, because you kind of almost already live this, right? So what is something that you're going to do in 2023 to kick it up a notch, right?
You know what? So this morning I had a mentor tell me that if you force yourself into uncomfortable situations, you'll be better able to cope with uncomfortable situations that life thrusts upon you. So I talked about taking the cold showers, and the only way I can get through the cold shower, Michelle, especially in the wintertime, you know, the longer you let water run in the wintertime, the colder it gets, right? But especially in the wintertime, I actually go into praise mode, right? As I think I even have running water to begin with. I don't care that it's cold. Some people have to walk a country mile to bathe with animals. At least it's cold, but it's clean and it's convenient. And when I step out of here, I'm stepping out into a house that's heated. So I have to go into praise mode in order to get through the cold shower.
That is nice.
And I heard God say to me today, lead. Stop waiting on other people to lead. Like you are giving the ideas that I gave you to everybody else and expecting them to run with them. I didn't give them to them. I gave them to you. So that is me in 2023, stepping up my leadership game. So if you invite me on a project, just know I'm going to step into the fullness of who I am as a leader, and I'm probably going to take it over.
You know what? That's amazing. You know what? I have such a next week. I already know if we don't have a guest next week, I already know we're gonna talk about. Spoiler alert. So if you're listening still, we got like a couple more minutes. Y'all might want to tune in for next week, because I had this situation happen to me, and I'm gonna go and put it out there. I'm not saying anybody's names, and so edited version is the teaser is. So I met a guy. And so I didn't date in 2022, right? And in 2022, I also began my walk of celibacy, right? And so it was just kind of my commitment that I wanted to kind of remake to God and just kind of pull some things in order in my life. And so this year I felt a release to do a whole lot of things, and dating is one of them, right? Not a release from the celibacy, but a release into the dating. And as many of you know, I've not been married. I'm dating for marriage, right? So, you know, I meet a guy, he's an older guy, seems to be nice, you know, has all the aesthetic things in place. And so when I meet somebody new, up front, I need to get this on out the way, so we ain't got no problems on the back end. Here's where I am. This is how I'm walking my walk. This is involved. And, you know, that was set up front, and it was, oh yeah, well, yeah, hey, you know, you walk as you walk. It was agreed to. And part of that is not doing at home company. I don't have people over my house. I don't go over to other people's house. And, you know, the gentleman invited me to his house. I said, hey, you know, he asked me out for the weekend. We had already, you know, done a couple dinners. And so he asked me out for the weekend. And so I said, hey, how about darts and pool? He said, hey, I just bought a new dartboard at the house. Now I'm like, we already had this conversation. I don't go to people's house. What? So it led us into this long discussion about, why am I choosing celibacy? How am I celibate at 50? What about, you know, how am I doing it? What about the next person? And the person took it personal. And, you know, I didn't know if it was, I'm like, are you trying to pull a triple double, or are you really that vain and shallow that I've explained myself and you still choose to take it personal? So I think that is something worth diving into, because there's a lot of women out there, some men too. Here's the thing I want to really dive into, and maybe we put it out as a question beforehand, but this gentleman said, you know, it ain't gonna be no men out there that do that. I mean, really, a man that chooses not to have sex, like, you know, they don't exist. And I beg to differ, that there are men out there, be it relationships. Now, I believe in my heart, relationship with Christ is the motivator, but there may be other motivators for people. But I do believe that there are gentlemen out there that are not just trying to hop into bed, that want to save it for marriage. I do believe that. And this is a church going Christian man himself. And I just, God understand, but I just don't think you're going to find that. And if you do, how many marriages last that do that? And I'm like, how many marriages last that sleep together? Where are we going with this? So I really would like to dive into that and really hit the hornet's nest to get people, I want to get some feedback on it, because I ain't giving up. I did it my way for so long. And I want to talk to the ladies, but I want to hear from some fellas that say, if they're not married, or maybe if they were married, before they got married, they were like, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you, so shout out to Mark. He went and grabbed the link to Neo's video. Awesome. So that is there. So if you guys want to hear Neo break that down, and of course he does a much better job than I do, but check that out. But also, I'm gonna give you another reference, and y'all know that I give y'all my sources, because I don't want to block your growth. Like, if you can grow faster than me because you're going straight to the source, and go straight to the source. I don't try to say, hey, I'm gonna learn it and I'm gonna teach it to you, but I'm not gonna tell you where I'm learning it from, so you can stay under me, right? Wow. Myron Golden has a dope video on Satan's greatest weapon as food and appetite. And he leverages your appetite for sex. Your appetite for whatever the vice is, that's how he's controlling you, right? And I've been going through my own thing where I do intermittent fasting. So I don't eat until 5 or 6 p.m. every day. And I'm up at about 5 a.m. So that's 12 hours for me of not eating, right? But in that, God is dealing with me on the appetite. Like, come on, man. Yeah, your stomach is growling, but you got 2 more hours. You're not going to die in these 2 hours from starvation. Drink you some water, go get your workout in, and keep it moving. And it's been working. And I'm like, man, if I can control my appetite for food, the thing that sustains life, surely I can control my appetite from anything else. And it's funny, because we don't even think about it sometimes. It's like, I was the poster child of a pothead. In fact, I wrote a song about it, right? I'm the #1 clucker. Like, nobody smokes more weed than me, right? And it has been in 2023, 22 years since I've smoked a blunt or drank any alcohol. So if I can control the appetite in that area, then I have the strength to control appetites everywhere else. I just have to exercise the discipline, and it requires a motivation. And sometimes the right woman can motivate a man to change himself. Not change, ladies. Don't get this twisted. You can't change me.
Clarify, please.
But you can be inspiration for me to change myself.
Right.
So while he's talking about no man exists, you run across the right woman, because my wife was the right woman. Like, hey, I don't get down like that. And I was like, I got a choice to make.
That's it.
Either I'm going to go get down like that somewhere else, or I'm going to do things the way she wants to do things, so that I can continue to have this woman in my life. And
there it is.
Y'all can see who won that battle, right?
right, exactly. Awesome. Well, hopefully we can get into that next week, because that'd be interesting. Y'all know I live my life out on this show.
Good. So that's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you guys participating, dropping your goals, and we are praying with you and for you and over those goals to manifest in your life, as long as you are willing to do the work. Like a lot of people are doing these manifestation stuff, and I was like, yeah, I believe in manifestation, Michelle. And the first thing I manifested was a work ethic. That's the first thing I manifested, was a strong work ethic, right? And some people want to manifest stuff without the work, and it does not work like that. So we're praying for you to have the discipline to exercise on the work, execute on the work, so that you can have the goals that you set forth. So
just super quick. I'm so sorry, super quick. Just to go along with what you said, I'm gonna make it super quick because I know we have time. But what you just said, that goes back to my word of the day. They want the miracle without the way. The way is the execution that gets you to the miracle. You can't get to the manifestation without working the way. Okay, boom. Study Jesus. Show Jesus. Okay.
Till next time, get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one.